Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me know if you can see and hear me okay. This is going to be an awesome group energy healing. I'll be healing 117 people in 10 different countries, and you and everybody is welcome to watch and heal yourself as you watch. It's a all levels walkthrough, so it's a kind of a big deal professional level healing I'm doing, but you know, I think everybody, including like motivated newbies, can find, you know, can do it on themselves, you know, not, you know, at their own level and get a lot out of it. So it's a walkthrough too. And the theme is dealing with your dad issues. So let me know if you can see and hear me. I still haven't gotten any hellos yet. There's a bit of a lag on my end. There we go. Hi from Chicago. Anybody else? Let me know if you can see and hear me properly. Sometimes I have little wiring problems. Oh, good. I did get somebody to validate that they can see and hear me okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always need that. So, hello. Good, I'm getting more hellos. Hi, everybody. I'm only 2 minutes late. Maybe that surprises people. Maybe they weren't ready for me being only 2 minutes late. Well, anyway, so dealing with your dad issues, it's going to be super fun. And it's a set of 2 healings called the Twin Set. And so the other healing will be on Tuesday in 2 days from now. And but of course, if you're healing yourself, you can just do one of them if you want. It's not like you have to do both. Oh, geeky stats of where the people are that I'll be healing, and then I'll overview the healing a little bit more, and then we'll get going. So the geeky stats, the 117 people that prepaid on my website before it sold out, so I'm healing them during this live stream. They're in 10 different countries, including 8 kids, ages 1 through 16. How cute is that? Maybe 1 or 2 of them might watch at some point, so hi kids. And of the 117 people, 91 are in the US, so it's a little heavy on the US side today, which is okay. People in the US need lots of healing too. There are 7 people in Qatar, 6 people in the UK, 5 people in Canada, 2 people in the United Arab Emirates, 2 people in South Korea, and 1 person each in Japan, New Zealand, Spain, and Portugal. So hello to everyone I'll be healing. Some of you are watching live right now, and some of you just catch it later on the video. Some of you don't watch it all, which is okay. I love you too. Because you don't need to watch to receive the healing, although, you know, at some point doing the video does probably exponentially increase how much you receive as far as learning and food for growth. Oh, right. Let's see what else. So dad issues. What are dad issues? I think in pop culture, dad issues, the only time people bring up dad issues is if there's a female who is partnered up with a male who is, you know, like twice her age. Then they'll say, oh, she has daddy issues. But, which can be true sometimes. Maybe not other times though. Other times they just had good past lives together and it is what it is. Spiritual age is different from actual age in a lifetime. So it's not always that somebody's stuck on their dad if their partner is older than them. My husband is 13 years older than me. But but basically dad issues, just like when we did mom issues healing a month ago, dad issues, I am saying, is any baggage that you got from this or past lives, from either an imbalanced relationship, unhealthy relationship with a father figure or male authority figure, or as a father in this life or past lives. If you had any kind of unhealthy, imbalanced situations that you didn't fully heal from and clear, then that is also a dad issue for me, and from what I'm saying. So it's a very broad definition. Dad issues is any baggage that you have left over from having had a dad or having been a dad. And of course, maybe in case it's not obvious to everybody, we've all had a lot of past lives, and you come back as different, genders, sometimes, even non-binary, your body has a gender, but you don't really get into much of that distinction. But a lot of times, you're more into like a female identity or male identity, but it varies, so a lot of times people might not consciously really identify with that. They might just have so much of an identity as male in this life or female in this life that it's hard for them to imagine that they've had lives of the opposite gender, or also of like non-binary, sort of in the middle kind of stuff. But it's true. So the as far as techniques, what are we going to use in this and the Tuesday healing, this healing and the Tuesday healing? Well, the healing master classes, they, the twin sets, the archangels Ariel and Jophiel work more with me on those, and so they're being a little coy as far as what exactly we're going to do. So some of it we'll both discover as we go what we're doing today, as the archangels sort of lead me through it. But I mean, since it's the first in the set, we're definitely going to do chakra repair. We're definitely, of course, we always do aura repair and grounding unblocking. But we will also do chakra repair. Just because if you need it, there's really no substitute. And some people need it. And when you do repair, it's also unblocking, so it's good for everybody. So those are definites. Vacuum boxes, for some reason the angels keep mentioning those today, so we're for sure doing vacuum boxes, which is a way to clear out, beings and people's energy. We're for sure doing a technique from the triplet set that we did earlier this month, called Chunk and Bubble. I love the name of that. So we're for sure doing Chunk and Bubble exercise, because it's a really nice, pleasant way to get rid of old baggage and make sure you get your learning from it, and it's just really nice because it gives you with the bubble part, it gives you this real sense of like there's wisdom to be received out of this sort of unprocessed baggage that you have around, which I think is nice. It's very uplifting, to think about that you have learning and wisdom that you're receiving as you get rid of all this junk. So, and I think it can maybe be motivational too. So those are the definites, but then everything else is unknown and exciting and mysterious. I do have a visual aid. Somehow I don't know how it's going to work in, but I have a visual aid of these giant wrenches that I got recently to fix a plumbing issue that we have. One of our kitchen sinks is not draining properly, and apparently you have to take out this giant PVC P-shaped pipe, and it's really wide, and so you need like special wrenches for it. So now I have special wrenches But the angels pointed out that it's kind of a stereotypically it's a dad thing. Like people might have learned how to clean the pee trap on their sink drain, you know, and get the clog out from a dad. You know, if you had a sort of if you had in this lifetime a sort of a positive and also sort of stereotypically male person as your dad, maybe they taught you plumbing things or encouraged you, or you could borrow their wrenches and stuff. But as I said to my husband, you know, maybe with good energy healing and also Amazon to buy the wrenches quickly and YouTube to watch the videos to learn about plumbing, maybe you don't really need a good dad. I mean, you know, having a good dad is obviously the ideal, but energy healing, Amazon and YouTube is a good can be a pretty impressive substitute if needed. So anyway, I'm sure I'll be showing my demonstration tools once or twice more, just to, I don't know, get that stereotypical dad energy, invoke it. Alrighty. So I'm gonna read some of my little hellos, and then we'll have the quiet 2 minutes before we start the healing. So hi from Chicago, hello, see and hear me, you can see and hear me, thank you. Hi Janet, I can see and hear you from British Columbia, Canada. Yes, I finally included you in my Canada numbers. I keep forgetting that you're in Canada, so I wrote it on all the future spreadsheets, so hopefully I will stop undercounting my Canadians. We'll see. There are 5 Canadians I'm healing today. You can see. Good. Hi, Janet. Thank you for my little emojis. So it says, hello, hello. Tried your home clearing meditation and loved it. Oh, good. Someone just saying hi to all. I will be healing myself. Good for you. Someone says, hey, Janet. So grateful for this healing. Going to visit Pops to go mushroom hunting. So you can believe it. Perhaps with all the healings and work, it's now possible. Haha. Thanks for all you do. Mushroom hunting with your dad. That's pretty cool. Hi, Janet. Hello. Thank you for all the emojis and hellos. They're fun. I like them. Okay, cool. So I'm really excited. Oh, and I guess I should point out too, the angels remind me, dad issues, just like mom issues, you know, they're largely subconscious. So you may be aware that you have some dad issues, but a lot of them you have, but you're probably not aware because they affect you subconsciously. You know, for example, baggage from past lives, when you had, you know, various weird relationships with fathers, or you had various weird experiences as a father in past lives. So, so it doesn't matter if you don't know about them. We can clear them anyway, and then you can, you know, surprise yourself in your life by seeing little changes in how you feel or how strong you feel, or, you know, just see the results after you clear it. You may also, you know, get little inklings of like, maybe that's a dad issue as you're clearing stuff. But don't worry if you don't really know what your dad issues are. It's okay. And you can have dad issues even if you had a great relationship with your current dad. And you can certainly have dad issues if you didn't. But, you know, like I said, we all have a big variety of past lives. And that's on purpose, like the angels and you, when you plan your life out. You plan like certain things. Obviously, you plan, you choose. Well, yeah, that's another thing they want me to mention. As part of life planning, first you plan out in heaven. You know, when you're in heaven, in between lifetimes, first you just rest and enjoy heaven for a long time, and take classes and just geek around and watch your loved ones that are still in their lifetimes, and yeah, so heaven's really fun. Eventually, you know, maybe you get a sense of like, yeah, you know, maybe I'm thinking about having another life soon, whatever, you know, there's no rush, of course. And, but anyway, so at some point you get involved in life planning with special angels in heaven to plan out a lifetime, the next lifetime you want. You plan some challenges that you hopefully want to learn from, and you know, you're hoping to grow in certain ways. And then these angels help you to, it's sort of like maybe like a two-sided job fair, you know, where you go and you on the astral and you pick a dad and mom, genetic dad and mom, uh, for the lifetime. And you know, they may not be your full-time caretakers or your caretakers at all, but they're your genetic parents, and that does affect some things. So you pick them, and you know, for better or for worse. Sometimes it's not a great relationship as far as fun, you know, in the lifetime, but you do pick it, and they pick you with their angels advising. So you know, there's learning to be had. So sometimes people get very sensitive about that, you know, like they almost actually get offended. You know, how dare you say I picked this father or this mother? You know, that's impossible because they were terrible. Well, you know, yeah, whatever. You know, it's still true. It's just that sometimes, you know, you have to learn through hardship, you know, but anyway, it's not a blame the victim kind of a thing. It's just, that's how it works, you know, but sometimes you have harder lessons or more challenging lessons than other times. Sometimes you need a nice sort of rest life, and you have perfect parents and a perfect childhood and a perfect adult life, and nothing challenging happens because you need to rest because you had harder lives immediately preceding it. So, you know, it's I guess it's just a way. It's I think the angels are bringing it up as part of empowerment, you know, because it's not some like terrible cosmic accident that happened to you. It's something that, you know, on some higher level, you consented to, because ultimately it makes you stronger. Ultimately it benefits you. So, you know, if you are somebody who's kind of offended by all that, if you want, you could just blow off that part of it. It's not like I'm going to be beating that horse dead, you know, this whole healing. I just wanted, the angels wanted me to mention that this is a choice. You pick these parents. Not that you have to, you know, be BFFs. You know, you can go your own way. Angels a lot of times are okay with that. You know, so it's not like this Hallmark movie where everyone has to be together at Thanksgiving every year for your whole life, or at whatever holiday your whole life. You have free will. But as far as the start and who your genetic parents are, that was actually mindfully chosen on some level by you and angels that were advising you. So, but there's always good news in energy healing. You can heal, and you can grow, and you can get super strong. And like I said, you have Amazon and YouTube videos that you could learn, and you could get energy healing and heal yourself. And so this is the good part of it. No matter what you've been through, you can heal and get strong and flourish. All right, cool. So I don't think I said the date, which, you know, it'll probably be visible on YouTube, but I like saying the date. Today's June 20th, 2021, Sunday. And this is the Dad Issues Healing 1 of 2. So, okay, so now we're going to do our little quiet time just for like a minute or two. And during that time, I'm centering a little extra, and I'm saying hello telepathically to my 117 people that I'll be healing, just to make sure they're paying attention on a subconscious spirit level and ready to make the most of the healing. And then I will start healing without speaking, just so I really get in the zone with it. And you'll see me doing this as I start, and then about a minute into it, I'll talk, and that's the beginning of the walkthrough. Okay, so thank you very much for your patience during this 2 minute of quiet. And you can do something healthy, chill out, drink a beverage, relax. All right, thank you for waiting. So when you heal, use your hands. Well, that's what I'm going to do. You can do that too. So you have big hand chakras in the palm of each hand and also fingertip chakras in the front part of each fingertip. And you can set those with your intention to generate a metallic gold color, similar to this glitter. And just set the chakras themselves to that gold color, and that will make sure that the energy they're generating is that gold color. And then you make a copy out in front of you of the part of your energy system that you're healing. So just imagine your aura out in front of you. Your aura is the big energy bubble that you're generating with your chakras. Your major chakras generate layers of your aura. So just imagine both auras out in front of you in the same place. Well, yeah, imagine both auras out in front of you. If you're very present, they would be exactly overlaying each other, so it would really look just like one aura. If you're a little out of it, you might notice the body aura is lower than the spirit aura. Um, but go ahead and imagine both of your auras at once. And comb through the grounding of both of these auras. So your grounding is your connection to the core of the earth. And I put my arms out like this just to say, just because it's best to make your grounding really wide as your whole aura. And that's typically, if your aura is nice and wide, it's going to be as wide as the heel of the palm of your hand. So just make your grounding red or orange or yellow, and you can cycle through those colors fast just to see intuitively, like kind of try each one on for size, see which one you like best. So red grounding, just see how that feels. Nice wide grounding and as high as your third chakra. So your third chakra is where your sternum bone ends. That's your third chakra. So big red grounding all the way down to the core of the earth, wide all the way down, wide in the back, in the front. And you can comb through a copy of that red grounding. And as you comb through, what are you doing? You're sensing the blockages in the grounding and you're melting them with gold light. So you're focusing the gold light on the blocked parts because the gold light helps melt away your resistance and helps release the blocked energy that you're holding there. So again, you're combing through your grounding while it's at a red color. And since you make a copy out in front of you of your grounding, you can spin it around, you can make it bigger or smaller. So comb through the back of your grounding. Make sure it's nice and wide back there and flowing. And the center of your grounding, like straight down from your hips and your spine, that can be also chronically blocked. The back and the center tend to be blocked the most. So just comb through the center part of your grounding. And it could be sort of like a big mountain of hard energy blocks there. So you just focus the gold light. And the gold light, you focus it on the resistance, the hard energy, your resistance, and also the hard energy blocks. And just relax. Keep breathing. The more you breathe, the more you relax and stay here, the faster you're going to be clearing. So that's red grounding. So then orange grounding, make your grounding orange and do the same thing. Check it out everywhere. Have a sense of the blockages anywhere in your grounding. And if you can't feel energy with your hands yet, I'm not surprised. It takes a while, but you can, it works even if you can't feel that it's working. Typically, the more present you get, the more you feel. How do you get more present though? Actually doing this stuff. So there's this odd time period from when you're a newbie and like early intermediate where you don't really feel a lot of results of what you're doing in the moment. It may make your day a lot better or your next day better or you sleep better. So you kind of figure out, yeah, okay, it is working. But anyway, so orange grounding, nice big wide orange grounding, and comb through the back of it and just focus the gold light on your resistance, which is like glue, and then also the hard chunks of energy blocks. Energy blocks and baggage is pretty much the same thing. All right, so that's grounding at orange. So then make your grounding yellow. Big, nice, wide yellow grounding. And then comb through it and find the blockages. And don't over-focus on the copy that you're using. Try to feel your shoulders, feel your hips, and just let your hands and the gold light work with the copy. Don't kind of don't lunge forward towards the copy that you're healing. So again, we are unblocking grounding at yellow. using gold light, but the grounding itself is yellow. The reason, the value to unblock it each of the 3 colors is that you notice more, you clear more, you let go of more. It also means that then you're more versatile throughout the day. You may subconsciously, switch grounding colors depending on a situation, and you've already kind of pre-cleared at that color. So it's like it just gives you more options during the day. So again, unblock your grounding at yellow. And now go back to whatever color of those 3 that you like the best, that helped you release the best. Just switch your grounding back to that. And so that's grounding, unblocking. At each of the 3 colors. I'm taking notes because later there will be a healing summary, a detailed healing summary with timestamp links down in the comment section. Let's do indie grounding now. So your grounding is whatever color you want it to be, red or orange or yellow. And then just with indie grounding, you melt away the branch off parts of your grounding that subconsciously happen. Other people start or you start, doesn't matter. But just melt those away so that you're imagining the edge of your grounding, the outer surface of your grounding all the way down. And you just check it out with gold light. You can imagine like gold fire, if that helps, and just melt away those branch off parts on this outer surface of your grounding. Indie grounding, of course, stands for independent grounding. And it works a lot better that way. Sometimes people hook their groundings together thinking that it's going to help them somehow, but it doesn't. It messes everybody up. And if you get a sense that there are some people that are really trying to be codependent with you and really hanging out there at the edge of your grounding, just say, hey, go talk to your angels, go ask your angels about grounding, go take a deep breath, go check your own grounding. It's going to help you have a better day if you make your own grounding. Go check your body, go take a deep breath. So the thing is, once they do go take a deep breath, that helps them check in with their body, and then they're going to just be more centered and less focused on you. So it's a healthy suggestion. It's not brainwashing. You're just, talking. But all those suggestions are centering and helpful for the other person. Good karma, and also good for you. Okay, so that is indie grounding. Let's do aura, let's prepare to do aura repair. We're going to do 2 things in advance. Which we often do as prep for aura repair. So we're going to do crowd exercise. The idea with crowd exercise is just that, kind of like what we just did at the end of indie grounding, how we talked to people that were trying to be codependent with you, and we helped inspire them to go away and center themselves and have their own lives. You don't inspire them to go away. You inspire them in ways that help them, which also have the side effect of them going away and leaving you alone. But if you were to just say, go away and leave me alone to all these people, it wouldn't be good karma for you, and it probably wouldn't even be effective. That people would perhaps be even more pissed off or triggered, and more invasive, not less, if you have that kind of a tone and message. All right, so Crowd exercise, just imagine groups of beings, invasive beings. By the way, you're a giant being, so this is not cause for fear or concern. But there are, relative to you, small invasive beings that can pester, and so it's good to have the angels recycle them, get them out of your way. So just imagine any invasive beings that are messing with you from afar, from a distance, or messing with you from up close. So you can imagine that as one big group or two groups, whatever floats your boat. And just say, angels, please recycle all these beings. That way your angels decide, but most likely if they're messing with you, your angels will recycle them because it's for the best. You don't have to worry about that part. And we do it 2 other times just because to be thorough. Okay, so just imagine any invasive beings still messing with you from afar, any invasive beings that are presently messing with you from up close, and just say, angels, can you recycle all these beings? And you can have a sip of your healthy beverage while they do the work for you. And then one more time. So just imagine groups, a group, visual representation of any invasive beings that are messing with you from afar, and any invasive beings that are messing with you from up close. Say, angels, please recycle all these beings. So that was crowd exercise for invasive beings. So then, of course, there's crowd exercise for invasive people. And we did a little bit of that with the grounding, but let's do more now, sort of in an overall sense. So invasive people, again, you know, there are times when anybody could be an invasive person. It just describes their current behavior. It's not a morality judgment or something against them. So just a heads up on that. People tend to get into all these terms like, oh, she's an energy vampire, or, you know, she's toxic, you know, and it's more effective just to stay non-judgmental and factual and just get to work and keep going and not really have these big good versus evil type things going on in your brain. You know, people get triggered and they can be invasive when they're triggered. So, you know, whatever. It is what it is. So imagine any invasive people that are messing with you from afar, or invasive people that are messing with you from up close. And just imagine them as one big group or 2 groups, whatever floats your boat. And then now you don't ask angels to recycle people. That's not appropriate or good karma, and it won't work anyway. So you just talk to them like we did with the grounding. Just say, hi everybody, go ahead and talk to your angels. Your angels can help and guide you today. Go check your body, go take a deep breath. That can help you have a better day if you take a big deep breath. Go ask your angels to help you with your problems. Your angels are the best. Giving your angels your problems is the best way to get help. And if you still have some people around, just say, angels, can you help me with these people? Oh, right. All right, so that was crowd exercise for first invasive beings and then invasive people. So good job. Then we're going to do vacuum boxes, and then we're going to do aura repair. So now we're going to do vacuum boxes, and then we'll do aura repair. So vacuum boxes is another way to get rid of invasive beings and also invasive people's energy out of your space. There's you make them in different places. It's one of my dogs coughing. Just making sure they're okay. All right, so vacuum boxes, they're 3D temporary energy objects that you make with your intention. They're really easy to make. You can make a bunch of them at the same, it's pretty much the same effort, it's just making one. So we're going to make a bunch of them and put them in different locations, and then we'll turn them on all at once with one remote control, and then when they're full, we'll have the angels recycle them. Okay, so I'm going to list off the places where you would place them. And if it seems overly complex, just say, angels, help me do it. Okay, so go ahead and put vacuum boxes in your grounding, both groundings, your physical body's grounding and your astral body's grounding. So a bunch of vacuum boxes down beneath you. And then a bunch of vacuum boxes around the outside surface of your grounding. Both groundings, physical grounding and astral body grounding, a bunch of vacuum boxes there. And then vacuum boxes all around your physical body, front, sides, and back, all the way up and down, and above and below your physical body. Make a bunch of vacuum boxes. And then all around your astral body, make a bunch of vacuum boxes in front, the sides, and the back of your astral body, and above and below your astral body. And then also above the top of your both auras, just high up there, just make a bunch of vacuum boxes. And then probably the most important location for a prep for aura repair would be around the outer surface of both of your auras, because we want to make sure we get rid of any junk that might be stuck in the rips and tears before we repair your aura. So you imagine the outer surface of both of your auras and just make a bunch of vacuum boxes all around the outside surface of your physical body aura, and a bunch of vacuum boxes all around the outer surface of your astral body aura. And then the last place is your spiritual path. So your spiritual path is a road that's just for you, and it represents what you're meant to learn and experience in this lifetime. But there are a lot of unnecessary complications and difficulties, and you can clear those out so that you still have the learning, but maybe it's a lot lighter and more fun and more efficient and smooth versus, pain, right? So the more you clear out your spiritual path with gold light, so you can just imagine your spiritual path. Imagine, am I on my spiritual path? Am I moving forward on my spiritual path? And then just use lots of gold light up and down your spiritual path, behind you, around you, in front of you, on your spiritual path. And just lots of gold light, like a big wall of gold fire, and just burn off everything that's not you. Because this spiritual path is only for you. Even if you have a best friend, even if you have a spouse, even if, whatever, they have their own path, you have your path. So just lots of gold light, get everybody off your path. Lots of gold light. Unblock your path. And then we're going to use vacuum boxes to do that as well. So make some vacuum boxes behind you on your path, around you, above you, and of course in front of you on your spiritual path. And then go ahead and use your handy dandy remote control, and you're going to turn on all your vacuum boxes all at once. And now just relax and let them work. Let them suck up invasive beings and people's energy that is around into the vacuum boxes. And don't worry, even if you have like a really close friend, their energy shouldn't be in all those places that we listed or any of those places that we listed. And the angels are going to clean out the vacuum boxes and give them back their energy. And so it'll only help everybody. It won't harm anybody. So now your vacuum boxes are all full. So just say, angels, can you please recycle all my vacuum boxes? So good job. Now, what I like to do, I really like feeling the before and after the vacuum boxes. So go ahead and comb through your aura and your grounding. Get a sense of your chakras. So that was vacuum boxes. So then now let's do aura repair. So with aura repair, you don't have to be able to, with all this stuff, you don't have to be able to see energy yet, because at first most people do not. They just see all black, which is fine. That's what was true for me as well. But like I said, the more you heal, the more you get present, the more you can see the colors and the form of your energy. But it takes a while of healing and repairing and getting more present in order for you to see. So you just use your intention and your imagination and your thought in the meantime. Okay, so you imagine a copy of your aura out in front of you. Imagine the rips and tears, and you want to get the gold light in as deep as you can into those rips, and just let the gold light clean out the rips, and then the more gold light you send, they will grow back. Your aura repairs itself and the wounds heal up. The most common places for aura damage is in the back, the upper back of the aura, and the whole back, and also the top. But you can have aura damage anywhere at all in your aura. It comes from the outside in, and it's a result of people or beings throwing energy at you over time. It can happen very fast though. You can have aura damage, like that's why if you're more motivated, I would suggest aura repair twice a day. You can learn it so it's just real fast. You don't need a video with it, you know, just copy of your aura, gold light, gold light, gold light, you know, use your intuition to know when you're done. So again, this is aura repair, and you're imagining any rips in your aura, and just use gold light and repair them. If you know you don't have rips, you're very intuitive, or you just repaired your aura and you know it's still fine, then just use gold light and look for blockages anywhere and melt them away, or just gold light period. Just that helps strengthen everything, helps the flow everywhere. The very top and the very bottom of your aura are nice places, especially to unblock, above your head and below your feet. But I'm still finishing up aura repair for everybody, so I'm going to take another little bit on that. And I'm going to quickly get rid of aura scarring and bruising. Scarring is on the outer surface. You can have like a hard little scar from where it used to be damaged. And then bruising tends to be like a hardened, darker part that it could be several layers deep. And it could be deeper in your aura because maybe it didn't rip that deep, so you fixed the rip, but then there's bruising deeper than where the rip was. And so just first, I guess I'll do scarring, so I'll focus on the outer surface, the 7th layer basically, and the outer surface. And I'm just looking for any hard looking with intuition, with thought, with vision, any of the above. For the scarring. And you know, the scarring visually, it looks pretty minor, you know, it's not like this big gaping hole, but it feels really nice when you heal it up. It makes a difference in how present you can be. So that's healing up the scarring, the aura scarring. And then bruising is just you're combing through all the aura layers, looking for bruising, And if you don't have bruising, it's possible if you take good care of your aura, you don't have any bruising anywhere. But then you're just looking for energy blocks anywhere in the aura layers, and you're melting those away. So just comb through all your aura layers. You have aura layers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's like layers of an onion all around you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All your aura layers. So just comb through them all. And if something is heavier, more blocked, just use lots of gold light there. So just find a heavy part and then just focus a lot of gold light there. And then we'll just kind of transition into a little bit of unblocking of the aura at the top and the bottom especially. Because that's a nice quick way to sort of open up the flow throughout all the layers is right at the bottom and right at the top, because that's those are just really key flow places. If you unblock up here, it helps you bring in new energy and also helps your 7th chakra send up energy that it needs to the 7th layer. So it helps your 7th chakra extra. And if you unblock down here, it helps all the aura layers release down your grounding. So anyway, unblock at the very bottom and the very top of your aura layers. Gold light. And then also above the top of your aura, so like this would be the top of Acu Doll's aura, and then so above there, like here, and then in the back, up above the aura, in the center, straight above, and then in the upper back, above her aura. Those are 2 really nice places to comb through as well. Make sure there's no big chunks of blocked energy. So you're combing above the top of your aura. So if this is the top of your aura, then here and back here. Just comb through there. You can imagine the blocks looking like stacks of books and just melt them away. And then energy seal. So we did aura repair, right? And then beyond just regular aura repair, we did healing of scarring and bruising in the aura. And then we just did some general aura unblocking at the top and the bottom of the aura and above the aura. Energy seal is a nice thing you can do if you're looking to do less, every day. Then I would just say unblock your grounding and repair your aura every day, twice a day if you're that motivated. But if you just want like 5 minutes to do every day, learn it fast so you don't have to do a walkthrough if you want. Or I have a 10-minute walkthrough that does unblocking your grounding and your aura repair. Problem is, if you're only going to do like a short thing, but you only do it like once a month, then you could be waiting until your aura repair is pretty deep, in which case your aura repair might take, a couple minutes extra. And if you don't use your intuition, you won't know that you haven't finished it yet. So I guess the takeaway is do as little as you are motivated to do, you know, I mean, it is what it is, but just try to use your intuition, you know, definitely say, angels help me do this, you know, and just use your intuition as you do it. And really, no matter what you do, it's better than nothing. Okay, so energy seal. Energy seal is like a surface tension, a good surface tension, like a kind of holds your aura together a little bit extra, so it's a little extra aura strength. And how you get that energy seal is you already repair your aura, and then you get rid of the hard objects. You can get things thrown at you. You can get just blasts of energy thrown at you, and then, you know, of course, you repair the damage. But you can also get, with the hard blast, a hard object that just kind of stays in the aura, the edge of the aura, like a spear. And it could be anywhere in the aura, really. They could go very deep. It depends on how strong your aura is usually as to how deep they go. But we can get rid of them. And that way, and then we can re-heal the aura just a little bit afterwards, because if you take out this little spear thing, then you're going to have a little hole where the spear was, you know, in your aura. So then we'll just do a little easy repair right after that, after we get rid of all the hard objects. And that'll get you that energy seal, and it's just more comfortable that way. Life is better without big spears, you know, messing up your aura. These hard energy objects could be from past lives even, or they could just be from yesterday. So, let's use sticky gold wax. There's, you know, sometimes people get, they get confused because I use different techniques at different times for different things, and, you know, variety is good, you know. So to remove hard objects, you could use electromagnets, you know, big energy electromagnets that you make, or you could use sticky gold wax, or you could just do it manually. So there are always lots of options, and I think that's good, you know, because it's good to use your intuition and just do what you feel like at the moment, and that way you feel like, you know, you're not bored, you're not doing it the same way all the time. Okay, but it's not like, usually there are alternatives. It's not like you have to do it with sticky gold wax versus electromagnets. It's not like that. It's just, this time that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do sticky gold wax to remove the hard objects anywhere in your space, but also around the edges of both astral body and physical body aura, because we want you to have your energy seal, right? So make a little mini copy of yourself. So your whole aura, your body's in there, you know, your whole aura, your astral body aura, and your physical body aura, and all your groundings and all that. And just do the whole sticky gold wax and the whole thing. And we're gonna make sticky gold wax that is healthy and gentle sticky gold wax. So it's only gonna stick to what's good for you to remove right now, right? What's healthy and gentle for you to remove right now. So healthy and gentle gold wax, just cover it all around yourself, around both astral body and physical body auras, throughout both astral body and physical body auras, which includes all your major chakras of your astral body and your physical body along your spine. You can even put the sticky gold wax through your minor chakras, which is all your acupuncture points of your physical body and cool extra chakras that you have all over the place. So sticky gold wax all through all your chakras, all through your both auras, even through your Wei Qi auras if you really want. You have 15 Wei Qi auras that help with energy boundaries. So this healthy sticky gold wax, just put it everywhere. In both groundings, astral and physical body grounding, put it throughout there, and make sure it goes around the outer surface of both of your auras, your physical body and your astral body aura, and the outer surface of all your Wei Qi auras for fun, why not? So this sticky gold wax is everywhere in your space, and your intention is that it's just going to stick to any of the hard objects and energy blocks and beings, sure, why not, that are healthy and gentle to remove right now. especially around the edges of both auras. Okay, and you could just move the wax to the side and have all the junk go with it, right? So your copy's still here, but you remove the sticky gold wax with all the junk, and you say, angels, can you please take all this? Okay, so we'll do it again, but faster because I've already explained it, right? So just imagine all your stuff, your astral aura, physical body aura, Wei Chi auras, your body's in there, your groundings, just sticky gold wax the whole thing, especially around the outer surface of both physical and astral body auras. But just sticky gold wax everything. Chakras, major chakras, minor chakras, aura, grounding, yada, 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 yada. Right? And then move the wax to the side, holding with it all the hard objects and the invasive beings and the energy blocks that are healthy and gentle to get rid of. And you go, angels, here you go. Take all this, please. All right, good enough. So so now that was to remove the hard objects. So now we'll just do a little bit extra repair around the edges of both astral body aura and physical body aura, so that if there are any holes left over, now that you remove the hard objects, you're gonna heal that up. And you can do gold throughout all your Wei Chi auras, your 15 Wei Chi auras, your astral body aura, your physical body aura, your grounding, your body, your astral body. Gold light through all your chakras, major and minor, but especially through your auras, your astral body, your physical body aura. Make sure you repair all the holes that are left behind. All right. And if ever I'm saying too much, it's too complicated, you don't have to do it all. This is all levels walkthrough, and I'm just telling you what I'm doing. For full disclosure, but it doesn't mean there's no moral imperative that you have to master everything that's coming out of my mouth. All right, cool. So now by doing that, by removing the hard objects and re-repairing the edge of both astral and physical body aura, now you have your energy seal for both your astral body aura and your physical body aura. So good job. So we'll say that was an especially thorough sticky gold wax. Because we included the 15 Wei Chi auras and all the chakras, etc., etc. All right. So let me see where people are at. All right. One thing that we did a month ago when we did the mom issues healing is we healed chakra filaments, unblocked them, healed them. And that helps a lot of things. And then we did it specific for mom issues. So now we'll heal the chakra filaments and unblock them just in general, and also for dad issues. So that's good. And that also, of course, works even if you don't know what your dad issues are. Because it's pretty unlikely that you'd be aware of all of your dad issues, just because they can stem from all sorts of past lives as well. But you can heal all of them. So let's work on that. Oh, and just so you know, these techniques take time. Like I have some client who told me, she was talking about techniques that she learned like 2 weeks ago in the triplet set. And she's like, well, they're not working, or they're not, giving me results. But obviously the techniques are only 2 weeks old. So she would have only been doing them at most for 2 weeks. So, and they work on a lot of subconscious things. So you can't really, you could have me like in a Q&A, you could say, well, can you see that what I'm doing is working, but it's with all this type of personal growth work, it's sort of an educated decision that you make that, well, it's going to help me, so I'm going to keep doing it. But it's not like it just takes time, you know, and it may be a while before you see the results that you want. I mean, you could get, like, you could ask in a Q&A, should I keep doing this technique or should I start doing something different? If you're unsure, you can just get used to using your intuition about that and hearing your angels about it. But don't be discouraged if you don't see, like, the next day your whole life is completely different. It doesn't mean that your work was in vain at all. Generally, it is helping, and you just keep doing it. So, hope that makes sense. All right. So, chakra filaments work for dad issues in general and for dad issues. So that was sort of explaining, and I did an aside about, you know, have faith. And then, so now we're going to do chakra filaments, repair, unblock, melt away cords going into them, and then in general and for dad issues. And again, dad issues is any baggage that you have from experiences with fathers in this or past lives, or experiences with male authority figures in this or past lives, or experiences as a male authority figure or as a father in this or past lives. So that's what I'm calling dad issues or dad baggage. Dad junk, I think. And I used the term junk in the last, in the mom set. So we could do that. That's dad junk. All right. So filaments is my word for energy cord that goes from you to you. So it's obviously a good cord that you want to keep. It helps you, your energy flow. So you imagine, to do this, you would imagine your 7 physical body chakras, major chakras along your physical body spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't have to imagine your body with it. You just imagine the cylinder shapes, you know, the chakras themselves, copies of them out in front of you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because they're oriented that way. Energy from 1 through 6 goes in the front, out the back. So it's like an open cylinder with the round opening in the back and the front. And then the 7th chakra is oriented this way, with the round opening at the top and the bottom. I just cover this up because I don't like that it's white, because you shouldn't have white for your chakras. They should be rainbow colored. But anyway, so imagine your 7 physical body chakras and then your 7 astral body chakras along your astral body spine. Same idea, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, and then the filaments, the chakra filaments, are cords that go from one to the other. So, for example, connecting your physical 7th chakra to your astral body 7th chakra, so the energy can flow in between the two at all times. Hopefully, if they're unblocked properly. So, just imagine the chakras and the filaments. And again, if this is too mind-blowing, just say, angels, help me with this. Or send it out, just ground, whatever. But you want the filaments to be the color of each of the chakras. So 7th chakra, an ideal color is purple. So go ahead and just heal both 7th chakras, heal your dad junk out of both your 7th chakras. So dad junk, just with your intention, become aware of what's healthy and gentle to clear of your dad junk in your 7th chakra. And go ahead and melt that away. Melt away your dad junk in both of your 7th chakras. And then that filament, your 7th chakra filament that goes back and forth between these two 7th chakras of yours, just go ahead and melt away any cords going into this filament from other people or from beings, probably from other people. But anyway, any cords going into this filament, just melt those away and unblock this filament. You want it to be a nice flowing purple river, like a purple tube. that has a purple river in it. And you want to repair the purple tube if it's got any gaping holes in it, or, you know, big long rips in it. Just repair the purple tube and just make sure it's a nice purple flowing river. And if it's not at any point, just focus extra gold light there so that you get better flow. Melt away any dad junk that is blocking this 7th chakra filament. To the extent that's healthy and gentle to do. I mean, I'm not going to keep saying it a million times. So just, you know, that's your intention. I'm just doing what's healthy and gentle to do right now. Melt away dad junk baggage. Your 7th chakra filament. Yeah, just kind of tune both 7th chakras. A chakra's really done when it's like you just feel like there's just like this burst of energy. It's just like as luminous as it can be. It's generating the most energy that you need right now. And the same with the little river, the filament. Just, you're done when you just feel like it's flowing as much as you need it to. Okay, so that was your 7th chakras and your 7th chakra filament for general healing, repair, and unblocking, but also for dad junk. You know, we're going to do this in lieu of explicit chakra repair, because this is sort of, we're going to do them one by one anyway. So to save time, we won't do a different chakra repair process. We're just repairing and unblocking right now for these chakras. So that was 7th. So 6th chakra is behind your forehead. It's for clairvoyance, seeing energy both consciously and subconsciously. So you can definitely use it on subconscious levels. So don't worry if you can't see your aura yet. Don't think that you can't use your 6th chakra every day. And it's also for non-judgment, which is very important to have good boundaries and be efficient in life. So imagine both your 6 chakras and your physical body one and your astral body one, and just repair them if needed, unblock them, heal them, clear out any dad junk that you're ready to clear out of both of them. The dad junk could be blocking up the round openings. It could be wrapped around the chakra. Just burn it off. Lots of gold light. Burn off all your dad junk. So we're doing 6th chakra, both physical and astral. Doesn't matter which side you put one on the other. And we're burning off dad junk. Unblocking, melting away dad junk baggage. And then your 6th chakra filament is that cord that goes in between the 2 chakras, your physical 6th to your astral 6th. Back and forth energy flow. So just imagine that. And for the 6 chakras, a nice color is a cobalt blue. Deeper blue. So just imagine that. Set both your chakras to some kind of a deep blue color that you like. And then the filament, the 6th chakra filament, should be that color because it should be the color of the energy flowing through it. And so you should see or imagine that cobalt blue just flowing through. And you might see other colors though, like a white or a black, but that just tells you that it's blocked in those places. 2, you can have invasive beings that are kind of messing with the whole area. So just say, angels, can you please recycle any invasive beings that are in my way as I'm doing this healing work? So that's just sort of a proactive request to get rid of all the beings from all the major chakras and the filaments. You know, angels, please recycle any beings from my major chakras and from my filaments. I want to, so I don't have anything preventing me from doing this work. So again, the sixth chakra filament, just imagine and burn away any cords going into it from other people or beings, and just, you know, so it's just like a cobalt blue tube that has a cobalt blue flowing river. I have to get up for a sec, but I have a nice drinking cup that is a cobalt blue in case you want like a visual sample. I often wish I had it nearby when I'm talking about cobalt blue. So this is a nice color example if you want one of cobalt blue. Just a deeper blue color. It's a nice sixth chakra color. So again, just unblock both of them, melt away your dad junk out of your sixth chakra filament. Just burn it out, lots of gold light. You know, just send gold fire throughout that sixth chakra filament, inside of it, around it. And you've repaired, hopefully you've used enough gold light to repair both chakras if any repair was necessary. Melt away any cords. Melt away your dad junk from your six chakras. All right, so that was sixth chakra. So then fifth chakra. Imagine both your fifth chakras, physical body fifth, astral body fifth, and then the fifth chakra filament in between the two. And we're going to do just general cord melting, repair, unblocking, and clearing dad junk, which is any unresolved baggage from this or past lives about being a dad, being a male authority figure, or having a dad, having a male authority figure in your life, or not having a male authority figure in your life. So fifth chakra, and fifth chakra filament, right? Fifth chakra is, I shouldn't assume that everyone knows these things. Your fifth chakra is for communications. It's located in your throat, and it's for internal communications, so your own thoughts, as well as hearing your angels, telepathy with your pets. So non-verbal, unspoken, like communication that's not spoken out loud, your inner thoughts, peace of mind, as well as all forms of communication with other people, like emailing someone, writing somebody, speaking to somebody. Okay, so just gold light and repair both of your fifth chakras. So if there are any cracks or pieces missing, just lots of gold light and wash out that area until it grows back. And this is both of your fifth chakras. And you might have energy blocks, dad junk, blocking up your fifth chakra. So go ahead, burn that off. Burn off the dad junk that's in the way of your fifth chakra, either fifth chakra. And you can make your copies big too, if that helps. Like I'm especially focusing on the back of both of them, so the round openings in the back of the physical fifth and astral fifth. So that would be, the back of your neck, the back of your fifth chakra, right? That round opening. So unblock that, get rid of all the dad junk in the back there. Burn it off with gold light. Repair it as much as you need to. And then the fifth chakra filament, go ahead and unblock that as much as you want, as much as is healthy and gentle to do right now. Fifth chakra, a nice color for it is any form of medium blue or light blue. So there are a lot of different blues in in the imagery that you're seeing in my shirt and the painting and the pillows and in your home probably around you. You have a lot of blue samples. So just any of those blues that you like, just set your fifth chakras to be that color blue, medium or light blue, and then just unblock your fifth chakra filament. So it's like a blue tube with the blue river flowing in it, and you want it to be full of your flowing energy at blue. So just melt away, burn away with gold light anything that's not you. And especially be aware of any dad junk. And it can just look like rocks or mud or something. And just melt it away with gold light. Very commonly, it can be anywhere in the filament, but often it's on the way to the physical chakra. It sort of tends to block up more right before the physical chakra. So again, this is the fifth chakra, both fifth chakras and the fifth chakra filament, which is good for hearing angels. Everybody wants to hear their own angels, right? Generally. All right, so that was fifth chakra. Fourth chakra. Fourth chakra, located in the center of the chest, has a lot of really useful function. It gives you like a warm and fuzzy, comforted feeling, self-esteem, motivation, self-love, self-care, enthusiasm, positive outlook, when it's healthy and flowing. When it's not healthy and flowing, it can be highly dramatic. Very like, oh my God, my world is over. Oh my God, everyone's out to get me. Oh my God, I hate the world. That's a stuck fourth chakra. Oh my God, everyone cheats me all the time. That's not having enough flow in your heart chakra when there could be an external reality where people are defrauding you literally, but if you feel it inside of you that way, then it's because your heart chakra needs help. Doesn't have good enough flow or strength. So let's fix that. Woo woo. We can do it. Yes, yes. So fourth chakra, your physical fourth, your astral fourth chakra. So they look like round open cylinders, right? And then there's the fourth chakra filament in between them. And a nice color for your fourth chakra is any shade of green you want. So just imagine them as your favorite shade of green, and the filament, just go ahead and see it and imagine it and just send gold fire throughout it to unblock your fourth chakra filament. You really want as much flow as possible between these chakras so they can pep each other up and transfer, wisdom and healthy reminders. So you're repairing and unblocking both of your fourth chakras, melting away all the dad junk from your fourth chakras. Again, you don't have to consciously know what your dad junk is to get rid of it. So lots of gold light, lots of gold fire. Just burn it all away. A lot of times, if someone feels like they have a void, they have an emptiness, an empty void, it's heart chakra blockage. And it's kind of ironic because it feels like an emptiness, but it's actually a lack of fourth chakra, that feel-good energy. And that fourth chakra feel-good energy is probably not generating enough because the chakra's blocked, or because it's got rips and cracks and stuff. So go ahead, repair your fourth chakra and unblock it, both of them. Lots of gold light, gold fire, gold water through both of these fourth chakras. And you can focus on one at a time if you want. So you can use both hands on each one of the chakras at the same time. Let the filament expand as much as it needs to give you as much energy flow as is optimal for you. So it can be a big river. It doesn't have to be a teeny little river. The point is it's just for you. So melt away any cords going into it from other people or random invasive beings. Melt away all that junk. So it's just a river just for you. Melting away the dad junk out of your fourth chakra filament. Ah, keep breathing. And then bow both fourth chakras. And keep healing your fourth chakras until you feel like kind of a burst of light, of green, light from the chakras, that they're like as luminous as possible. They're generating as much energy as possible. Okay, so that was fourth chakra. For general healing, repair and unblocking and melting cords, but also clearing away dad junk. All right, so third chakra is below your sternum bone, where your ribs meet. And that has to do, so right here on AccuDoll. And it has to do with getting things done, productivity. So, there's a lot of, at least in the US, there's a lot of societal focus on the third chakra abilities of getting things done, following up, finishing, doing what you say you're going to do, finishing the project, time management, all that stuff. So it's a nice chakra to really have working nicely, because societally in the US, there's so much emphasis placed on it. It's like, if you're not productive, you're nobody. People tend to evaluate themselves based on the functioning of this chakra. And then usually they don't heal the chakra, so they just judge themselves for how it happens to be working. But anyway, so third chakra, physical third, astral third, round open cylinders, right? Energy flows in the front, out the back. So go ahead and repair those. Yellow is a nice color for your third chakra. So you can go ahead and set your third chakras to your favorite shade of yellow. And then that filament, your third chakra filament that carries the energy back and forth, your energy back and forth between your physical and astral third, go ahead and let that expand as much as it needs to, so it carries all your energy back and forth that you need to. Gold fire, gold water. So physical third chakra, just burn off any dad junk from your physical third chakra. Of course, do repair if needed. Let the gold light repair the chakra. If there's any rips or cracks or chunks missing. Again, we're using gold light to repair and unblock your third chakra, your physical third chakra right now. You can work both at the same time if that works for you. And then astral third chakra, same thing. Astral body. Your astral body is you. The part of you that gets present when you wake up. Well, hopefully it gets very present when you wake up. But anyway, your astral third chakra, repair it, unblock it, burn off all the dad junk that is healthy and gentle to clear right now. Again, third chakra has to do with productivity, taking action, also physical activity, but not just physical activity, just taking action, you know, going from wanting to do something to actually doing it. That's third chakra. So astral body, third chakra. Unblock it. Burn away all the dad junk out of your third chakra. And yes, dad junk can also be grief over the passing of a father. So from this life or past lives. Or grief, you know, as a father if one of your children passed while you were still living. So any grief, dad junk grief. Maybe in your third. Grief is one of those things that it can be blocked energy in all sorts of different chakras. It's not just one chakra, grief. So burn away any grief that's built up in your physical third chakra, any dad junk at all in your both in either chakra, any grief or dad junk in either third chakra. And that third chakra filament, go ahead and burn it up with lots of gold fire or gold water, whatever works for you. So it's a nice, as big as it needs to be, a yellow tube with your yellow flowing energy flowing back and forth, and anything that's not you, just burn it out, melt it away, and melt away any cords from anybody going into this filament. Nobody should be cording your filaments, even if you have little kids, it doesn't matter. There's no good reason for anybody to cord your filaments. So just melt away any cords from anybody going into this third chakra filament. All right. And again, just keep healing the third chakras until it's like this burst of yellow energy, like you just feel like, okay, it's definitely completely uninhibited. My third chakras are not being restrained at all. They're generating as much as I need. And same with the filament, the third chakra filament, just enough gold fire so you feel like, okay, it's definitely not being restricted, not being limited. You want as much energy flow back and forth as you possibly need. Okay, so that was third chakra. So let's do second chakra. Almost done, guys. If you've been doing this whole thing, you know, pat yourself on the back, and if it's a little too much for you, just say, angels, can you do this for me, and can you help me with this in my sleep? Because that's still valid. It's probably not as beneficial as doing it in your sleep and also when you're awake, but it's still a big good thing. So that's something you could do. Say, angels, help me to keep working on this in my sleep as much as I need to. That way your angels will help you, and it's cool. All right, so second chakra is below the belly button, an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches. It depends on how stretched out your torso is, how tall you are. But anyway, second chakra is below the belly button, and you can just use your intuition to find where it is. And round opening in the front, round opening in the back. Second chakra has sort of a wide breadth of functioning because it has to do with emotions, emotional strength and wellness. Also senses, sensory perception, like taste, appreciating you know, touch, fabric, temperature, weathers, all sorts of good things, taste. So really enjoying food. There's so much potential for how much you can enjoy the food that you eat. Um, and then sexuality, too. So sexual enjoyment, um, which can be a big range as well. It's not so much like an on-off switch. So it's all that. But you know, for wellness perspectives, often the emotional part is important, but the sexuality part, you know, can affect people subconsciously as well. So the whole thing is what we heal when we heal the second chakra. It's good for all those things. So you can certainly have dad baggage affecting all that stuff, dad junk, right? So just imagine, and a nice color for your second chakra is any shade of orange that you'd like. So physical second, astral second, and that filament, second chakra filament going back and forth, make it a nice orange color that you like. You set the color of the chakras to be the orange that you like, and then the filament should naturally become that color as the orange energy flows back and forth. And so you can kind of notice what parts are not orange, and that gives you a heads up to where it's most blocked, the filament. So you can, again, just like we do with all the other filaments, just let the filament expand as much as is needed and unblock and melt away any cords going into any of this stuff. There's really no good reason, unless you're, you know, about to have sex with somebody, there's no good reason to have second chakra cords to anybody. You don't need them. And and then get as good flow as you can in your second chakra filament. And repair if you need repair in your second chakras, either of them. And you can just heal each one individually, or you can heal them both at once, whatever works for you. I'm going to heal the physical second chakras right now. And just use enough gold light so that if repair is needed, you're repairing as well. And unblock any baggage that's in the second chakra, but also dad baggage, especially dad junk. Just melt that away. And the baggage can be wrapped around the outside of the chakra too. So just burn that off with the gold light, melt it away. And same with the astral chakra, do the same thing, melt away cords, repair, and unblock. Burn away all the dad baggage that is healthy and gentle to clear right now. And of course, that can include grief. So go ahead and melt away any dad grief, dad related grief. You can also have grief that you know, not the standard grief that you know, like say a dad passed away, or when you were a dad, one of your kids passed away, but also you can have grief maybe because you didn't have a dad, like you had a genetic dad, you know, like a sperm donor, but he didn't stick around, or, you know, he stuck around till a certain age and then that was it, or you can have grief because you didn't have, your dad was around, but he was not a positive force in your life. He was a negative force in your life, and that could cause grief. So anyway, just melt away all the grief out of your second chakras. That is healthy and gentle to clear right now. And try to keep things light. That's why I'm not going too deeply into describing terrible things. We want to clear the terrible things, but not vibrate at that vibration. Because if we vibrate at that vibration, we'll just kind of get stuck in it and we won't clear as much. So stay light and you know, bubbly and happy, but clear all the junk. Get rid of the dad junk. Just burn it out. No time for dad junk. Just get rid of it. Get rid of your dad junk. Enough, enough, enough. Some of this stuff you've been carrying for lifetimes and lifetimes. It's time. Just burn it away. Melt it away. And same thing with that second chakra filament. Burn away the dad junk. Melt it away. It's time. There's a whole bunch that is healthy and gentle to clear right now, and that's what you're focused on clearing. And again, expand the size of your second chakra filament as much as you need to make this happen. All right, all right, all right. And go ahead and recheck your grounding before we do the first chakra one. We didn't really talk about grounding in between all these chakras. We had worked grounding a lot earlier, but some people kind of jump to this part later on, you know, as a video. So just make sure you have really good grounding. Nice wide grounding, red or orange or yellow. Whichever works better for you right now. And comb through a copy of your grounding. Make sure it's flowing like a really fast flowing waterfall that's very wide all the way down to the core of the earth. And you might get blocks towards the bottom that look like giant boulders. Just melt them away. And unblock your aura in the very bottom and the very top. All right. So we're ready now. Let's do the first chakra. It's gonna be awesome. So first chakra. Just imagine it out in front of you, a copy of your physical first chakra and then your astral body first chakra. They look like round open cylinders. So round opening in the front at the base of your spine and round opening in the back at the base of your spine. That's your first chakra. Your first chakra has to do with courage, safety, and abundance. So it helps you in so many ways. So if it's blocked, you feel nervousness, fear-based hesitation, all sorts of fears, all sorts of anxiety, jumpiness, money issues, lots of stuff. So we don't want that, right? We want courage, safety, and abundance. Woo, woo, woo. Right? So a good color for your first chakra is red. Any shade of red you want. And just go ahead and repair both of your first chakras, your physical first chakra and your astral first chakra. Repair them as much as needed. They can have cracks. They can have a lot of little broken pieces. They can have missing pieces. So just use enough gold light to wash all that out, bathe it in gold so that it fully repairs if needed. If you know your first chakras don't need repair, then just move on to unblocking, melting away cords from both of these chakras. You can focus on one at a time or do both at once. I'm going to do the physical first chakra right now. Melt away cords. The only cords you would keep is if you have a young human child. Human as opposed to dog or cat, because I don't think the cords really help a dog or a cat. They may actually be too much for a dog or a cat to cord them at the first chakra, because you have a lot more energy than a mommy or daddy cat or dog. So it wouldn't necessarily be as helpful as you might think it would be. But anyway, so if you have a little kid, then yeah, the first chakra is where your cord is to your young child, 13 or younger. But other than that, no, you don't need any cords to anybody, and so melting them away would really be helpful. So first chakra. I have some clients who, like, their kids are in their 20s or their 30s, but they're thinking that those kids need a lot of help because they have addictions or whatever sort of more acute imbalances. But it still is not good to cord another adult's first chakra, just because the body can't handle it. It's just not appropriate. So even if you think that your now adult child is a hot mess, cording them at the first chakra would make them more of a hot mess, not less. So gold light at the first chakra. Burn away the dad junk. And I was doing the physical first chakra. Now I'm going to do the astral first chakra. But like I said, you could do both at once too. Repair, melt away cords, unblock. Keep breathing. This can be a little trippy. Just wiggle your toes, wiggle your butt, stay here. You can release a lot more serious stuff if you yourself are not serious. So just gold light, you be the flow. Don't be the glue, be the flow. Burn out the dead junk from your astral first chakra, from all sorts of past lives. Just burn it out, melt it away, let go of it. It's okay to let go. You can say, I am safe. I am safe. You know, because first chakra is for safety. So that could be kind of reassuring. I am safe. I am safe. And then first chakra filament, just burn out anything that's not you, any blocked energy in your first chakra filament. And just keep doing the first chakras until you get like a burst of red energy from them. That tends to indicate that, okay, there's an optimal amount of energy being generated. They're not being held back. They're not being suppressed. All right, so that was your first chakra, both physical and astral, as well as the first chakra filament back and forth. Again, melt away cords going into that filament from anybody. Your kids should not be cording your filament. You should not be cording your kids' filament. Even if you have young kids, the cord goes from your chakras to your first chakras to their first chakras. It doesn't, there's no filament cording. Okay. Woo woo. That was big. Oh my gosh. That was big and thorough and in-depth. So forgive yourself if you don't feel like doing that kind of thing every day. But you can use your intuition, you know, and be like, okay, which of the chakras should I do right now to clear out my dad junk? You know, if you don't feel like doing all 7. Or just do quick versions of all 7, do good enough versions of all 7. But that was very thorough. And then you can imagine the chakras together too, because when you're present, your astral body chakras fit fully into your physical body chakras. So you can imagine them together and heal them so that they fit in better. So they're not like sort of half stuck in, half stuck out. Just melt any blockages keeping you from having like a really roomy fit where your astral chakras fit into your physical chakras. And again, to the extent that's healthy and gentle. So that was just working the fit of the 7 and the 7. All right, we are almost done. But the angel said we would do chunk and bubble, and so let's do that. That's fun. Chunk and bubble. So chunk and bubble is so easy. We first did it just 2 weeks ago in the June triplet set. Just imagine any unprocessed baggage that you want to clear right now, but imagine like a healthy sized chunk. So like maybe you want to clear, stuff, but it's like you should probably space it out over 3 days, or you should do it over a couple minutes, whatever. So imagine what's healthy to do like immediately right now in a chunk. So what baggage is good to clear immediately right now? And just imagine that as a chunk, like a big block of unprocessed baggage, right? It could be dad baggage, it could be anything though. Just first we'll just do general. So what should you clear right now? Imagine as a chunk of unprocessed baggage, and then make a big tub of gold water underneath it that is bigger than the chunk. So you don't have this problem of like, my chunk can't immerse. Make the tub of gold healing energy deep and wide and everything. So it'll definitely fit your chunk, right? And then go ahead and dunk your chunk. Put it in your gold tub of water and immerse it. And as you soak it in the gold light, your wisdom bubbles out of this unprocessed junk, right? This unprocessed stress, baggage, whatever. Your wisdom, the gold light of your wisdom just bubbles out, and as it bubbles into the air, you receive it. So it's your wisdom, you're learning from this, whatever you went through. Probably a bunch of different things you went through that are all in this block of baggage, right? And so just let the gold light bubble out and let the baggage melt away in the gold light. So you're melting your chunk completely, and whatever wisdom that you need to retain, whatever learning comes to you as the bubbles pop. And so now it's fully melted. If it's not fully melted, just say, angels, please help me with that. Okay? And so that was more of a general one, whatever you really need to clear right now. But let's do dad specific. So any dad baggage that you really should clear right now, imagine it as a chunk out in front of you, and just say, angels, double check this if you're at all unsure. And then make a big gold tub that's definitely bigger than your chunk and soak it in there. And you can even make little gold clamps to clamp it down so you don't have to hold it if you don't want. And just let the gold light bubble up, the wisdom bubble up as gold bubbles, that as they reach the surface, they pop and you get your wisdom. So just get your wisdom from all these stressful experiences that you hadn't yet processed. And you receive the wisdom mostly subconsciously, which is okay, but you can think about it a little bit. What wisdom are you receiving? And then that's all melted away now. If it's not all melted away, just say, angels, help me with this. And then forgiveness is a little thing that I'm going to make sure that we do with this chunk and bubble exercise. What I mean is, so we did general baggage, and then we did dad baggage, a little bit of it, and then now forgiveness, meaning like, I don't think you have to, be best buds, be best friends with, say your dad in this life, or your dad in any life, or your kids in any life, if it doesn't work for you, right? But there is a way of, like a sort of a specific meaning to forgiveness, where you are no longer struggling over what occurred. Like internally, you are not struggling over what occurred. And that you could call it forgiveness, you could call it being at peace, whatever you need to call it so that it doesn't weird you out. But essentially you're letting go of the battle. If somebody wronged you in any lifetime, karma takes care of that. You don't have to stay stuck just because you want that person to pay, because karma is going to keep track of all that. So in the meantime, you can just heal fully and move forward and let it go on your side, because karma, that person then has to pay directly to the universe, and karma keeps track of all that. So you don't have to be involved anymore. So so you could call it forgiveness, you could call it being at peace, whatever. You could just call it moving forward. But let's just make a giant chunk of whatever baggage is in the way of you being at peace or forgiving from any dad-related experiences that you've had. Okay? And just say, angels, can you double check this? Because maybe it's a little too much to do right now. Maybe they'll reduce your chunk by a little size, maybe they won't. And then just make a big tub of gold light that's big enough for your chunk, right? And again, this chunk is baggage that's sort of in the way of you having forgiveness or being at peace with all the dad stuff you've been through. And just dunk your chunk. Put it in the gold light. You can even put clamps down to keep your gold chunk down, or your baggage chunk down. And just let it melt. Let the gold light melt this unprocessed stress or whatever, dad junk, and let the wisdom bubble up like gold bubbles. And so you just, as they pop, you get your wisdom and you absorb it on conscious and subconscious levels, so that you can be at peace and you can move forward. All right, and if you have any leftovers, say, angels, help me with this. Okay, and then we're just gonna do, I was playing with this after the last, in the last 2 weeks a little bit, where you can have like a multiple chunk setup where you have your big gold tub of healing energy, right? And then you make a whole bunch of chunks, like say dad baggage chunk, whatever dad baggage, forgiveness, whatever, grief, whatever, right? All sorts of dad baggage chunk that you want to clear, but you should do them in chunks, right? So maybe there's like 20 chunks, right? 20 blocks, right? And so just create a gold contraption that kind of keeps track of that and puts one down when it, kind of like a donut machine, where they have these cool donut machines that, make the donut, drop the donut batter at the right time, So it's kind of like that. You have a chunk machine, a gold chunk machine, and then you have your gold tub of light. And that way your chunk machine drops the right chunk at the right time, holds it down, and all you do is sit around and get your gold bubbles of wisdom, right? And your baggage melts. So go ahead, set up your dad chunk machine. And say, angels, help me with this, so it's just right. It's not going to block you up or anything. It's all good fun. And go ahead and turn on your dad chunk and bubble machine, your dad chunk and bubble machine. And if that's too confusing, say, angels, help me do that. Just so that you can, it's sort of a subconscious continual thing, at a rate that's healthy and gentle, that, in the next whatever day or hour, however long you want your chunk and bubble dad junk machine to be going. And that way you can just forget about it and just enjoy the bubbles of wisdom and learning, and you know, you can enjoy the increased flow. So I'm going to just double check everybody's grounding and aura flow, and unblock the top and the bottom of the aura extra and above the top of the aura extra. All right, so as we wrap up, just say, angels, can you give me a blessing and a healing? All right, so we did it. That's the end of the dad issues healing, 1 of 2. Woohoo! And I would love, you know, when this later is a video, I would love to hear your feedback. If you want to post under the video, it's always good to know. This is the first ever dad issues, I think, explicit, just about dad issues healing set that we've done. So it would be interesting to hear feedback. I am going to do a whole Q&A live stream. I should have announced that earlier, but I'm going to do a whole Q&A live stream that starts in about 10 minutes-ish, give or take. I just want to quickly go through some of the comments, but since I'm about to do a whole Q&A on dad issues, I'm not going to get too big on reading any questions right now, because the Q&A is for answering your questions, 1 per person, posted towards the start of the Q&A. And if your question involves me reading you and or your dad, put first names and last initials in the comment, unless, yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, if your YouTube name is your name, then I only need your dad's first name and last initial. And if your dad is in heaven or living, or still, you know, in the lifetime, that would be interesting too. So if your dad is still in the lifetime, you could put his age, or just, you know, say living, even though I don't like to think living, not living, you know, but whatever, if you don't feel like putting a person's age, or you could just say 60s or 50s or something, you know. But anyway, okay, blah blah blah. So Q&A coming up soon, and it will be on dad issues, which is exciting. Catching up. I read a lot of the comments already. Hello from Colorado. Hello. Welcome. Thanks, Janet. Feels very relaxing. Oh, good. Yeah, if you have quick comments on what this healing felt like for you, that would be interesting. Someone says, so I'm sabotaging myself with avoidant behavior, even with the healing going on. My relationship with dad is bad, and my mom just passed, feeling obligated to do the Father's Day junk. Yeah, it would help, but I mean, some of this stuff is very triggering, so sabotaging yourself, that's probably a little dramatic way of thinking about it. You know, just it's a lot, you know. I don't think you're sabotaging yourself by if you feel a little resistant to working on something. Yeah, so it is what it is, you know. There's some stuff to work on, and you know, you do it at the pace that you can, and that's fine. Someone says, I always see my grounding as blocked in the back. Is this a being or a person? Maybe my dad or sister. It's not your sister. She prefers more like the upper back of your aura, if she can get there. Sometimes it is your dad. You're pretty good at clearing beings out of your grounding. So if it is, sometimes you do clear that out. So then if it still is blocked in the back, I would say it's your dad. So maybe, you know, typically, you can look at both astral and physical grounding, because I think if your dad's hanging out a lot, say in the back of your physical grounding, if you look at your astral grounding, you have like some hard energy objects stuck in the back of your astral grounding. So it makes you less powerful and strong there. So then you don't really have the oomph to kick him out of the back of your physical grounding. So I would say, when in doubt and just working it as one big composite, astral and physical together, isn't effective. Split them up and see what's going on. Because I would say, yeah, you have a lot of hard objects that tend to be in the back of your astral grounding. So get rid of those, get nice flow there, and then that way you'll be able to effectively own your back of your physical grounding better. So when you kick them out, then you can keep them out just because you'll be there more. So if that helps. Someone says, "Hi Janet, thanks for the session. I feel so good. It felt so good, jubilant and even generous today, although I had a weird pain in my left hip bone about 20-30 minutes ago." Yeah, I think you were just feeling some energy blockages. You were more present in some energy meridians around there. There are a lot of cool traditional Chinese medicine energy meridians like that go around the hip. And I think some of them are a little blocked for you. So you can just actually heal both hips. Just imagine the energy meridians. You don't have to know exactly where they are, although I do have that 12 meridian playlist if you want to get super geeky about it. But just, you have a lot of meridians around the hips, the hips and the pelvic area. And so you can just have your intention be, send extra gold light to unblock and repair all the little chakras, those little acupuncture chakras and all the little meridians, and just, do that extra, just to be proactive about it. But yeah, and plus some side stretching might be nice, gentle side stretching. Someone says, "Thank you, you're welcome." Someone says, I feel very clear in a good way. Oh, and you received the healing. But I do have a slight headache and am a little spacey. I believe it's head meridian issues. Thanks, Janet. This was rad. I would redo the 5th chakra meridian and the physical 5th chakra. Ironically, that's not exactly where you're talking about, but I noticed that you're handling some extra stuff there that didn't finish clearing. So your 5th chakra meridian and your physical 5th chakra. And I think once you own that more, then you're going to be able to be in enough to deal with just, the little fine tuning of your head meridians, all those cool traditional Chinese medicine meridians in your head. Your groundings are fine. You're in 7 through 2, which you're usually in 7 through 1. But like I said, I think you're dealing with something at the 5th chakra there. So once you handle that, then I think you'll be able to pop back into your 1st chakra. Maybe work on your legs a little more. So you get into all chakras, and then you're just in more of a power place to handle fine-tuning your head. But you don't have actually you do have you just got a recent blast. Just upper back in your aura. So redo aura repair just a little there. There's no hard object, but it was just one big focused blast. Not your mother this time. You have that, circle of friends, blah, blah, blah stuff. So seems like something related to that. But yeah, a little bit of an aura whack. Plus you can redo the 5th chakra stuff. Work on your legs a little more, pop back into your 1st chakra, yada yada. I felt, for reference, that's a pretty advanced person who's used to has very the more present you get, the more you feel very sensitive things. So but then you're also able to deal with it pretty easily and quickly. So it's all good. So this is, "I feel so peaceful and clear, and you got the healing. I noticed a big shift after the sticky gold wax and auras. Felt so amazing." That's nice. Yeah, we were very thorough with that sticky gold wax and the astral, the physical, and the Wei Qi auras. I received and worked on myself too in the healing. Thank you. Well, glad it worked for you. Someone says, "Notice major blockages in solar and sacral chakras, 3rd and 2nd chakra, but we'll ask about it in the Q&A. Thank you. This was very thorough, and I appreciate that. You're welcome. And you healed yourself. So I'm glad that you were able to rock that out. Good for you." Someone said, reading helped me feel more like a positive dad myself. I think you mean healing. A lot of people refer to these accidentally as reading. For me, this is a group healing, but whatever you want to call it. So maybe I think that's what you're talking about, just that this healing helped you feel more like a positive dad myself, authoritative, protective, responsible, etc., even though I am female and have no kids in this life. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've all had lives as dads. So yeah, authoritative, not authoritative in a bad way. Can't think of best word. Yeah, authoritative in a good way. Yeah, trustworthy. Maybe that's what you're going for. Mentoring. Someone says, makes sense because the meridian stuff wasn't working and I did see some invasive people yesterday that were really intense. Thanks, Janet. Yeah. Yeah, it could be that you need to have one of them go talk to their angels. I think like 3 of them. Say, go talk to your angels. Your angels can help you. Hand your problems to your angels. Oops, healing, not reading. Yeah, people do that. They'll say it in the surveys too. This reading was great. Okay, good. So thanks so much. You guys are awesome. So this concludes this healing live stream. And now I will take a break with me and the dogs. And then I will do the Q&A live stream. So like maybe 10 minutes from now. And it'll be all on dad issue questions, which should be cool. Unless you're like a super newbie and you just want me to check your grounding or something, that's okay too. All right. So you're awesome. Congratulations for working on your dad issues. And there'll be another dad issues healing in just 2 days. Woohoo! All right. Bye. And I should say something else so YouTube doesn't cut off my